Hey, how you doing? This is Seji Hito here to bring you the news. It's currently 4:11 p.m., 11/27/2023. Right? So we have something brand new at this moment in time, and it is dubbed China's new crisis, walking pneumonia. They stated that mycoplasma, a main cause of walking pneumonia, is in the news after the emergence of a series of outbreaks and hospitalizations reported earlier this week in China, mainly impacting children. Chinese media reported several days ago that some of the country's pediatric medical centers were crowded with children who had fallen ill. The waves of pneumonia cases sweep through parts of the country, prompting the World Health Organization to request details about possible sources. Thus far, Chinese officials have stated casual agents, including known pathogens such as mycoplasma, RSV, influenza, SARS CoV 2, the virus that causes COVID 19. Frequently, the bacterial illness causes the mycoplasma is called the walking pneumonia because symptoms are often relatively mild but can last for weeks. It typically does require hospitalizations. However, young children with a nascent immune system may be at greater risk of developing a more serious disease. Reports from China of clusters of undiagnosed cases of pneumonia and overwhelmed hospitals evoke memories of the beginning of the pandemic. The acting director of WHO's Department of Epidemic and Pandemic Preparedness and Prevention stated that, quote, this is not the same situation that we were in back in December of 2019 and January of 2020. Among other countries, China, South Korea, France are having serious epidemics, and the suspected main culprit appears to be walking pneumonia. In South Korea, confirmed cases of the illness more than doubled from mid October to mid November. According to the summary released by the Korean Agency of Disease Control and Prevention, 226 or 96% of the 236 hospitalized patients are acute bacterial respiratory infections during the second week of November and which had walking pneumonia. Notably, 80% of these new patients are children under the age of 5. The agency further suggested that the early onset of cold weather in Korea contributed to the quote rapidly increasing number of cases. So this is just like they said in the article, this is a little bit reminiscent of 2019. And I remember 2019 when everything was taking place during that November, December time. And I think did I do some live streams during that point? And I was playing, what was the game that I was playing while also showing that off? Um, I forgot. It's a certain game on Steam that you can actually play. And I think the World Health Organization also endorses that game as well. I think it's called Plague Inc. And I was basically showcasing how, while talking about it, you could place a virus and your whole goal is to make it spread, pretty much take over, the whole world with said virus. And you can put different obstacles and things along the way to, stop the prevention of it, so you can try to think of and navigate, other ways to help it spread. And as I stated to you before, if you never played that game before, I would recommend you at least try it out. It taught me a lot of things about if somebody were to, in a sense, spread a virus or wanted to spread something directly to other people, um, you would basically, it wouldn't, in a sense, take place in America, right? You would pretty much go to areas like the UK, anywhere that has like an open airport, right? In and out type of situation. So it will be the UK, you would have India, um, New Zealand, not really so much because it's more so boats than realistically planes. But the UK, and also you would do this as well as in China as well because of how many, airplanes go to and from, right? And you have people coming from all over the world, both going to China, both going to the UK. Some of them also going to, India as well. So if anybody is to fly from those 3 areas or travel from those 3 areas and they're infected, they could easily start the spread of the disease in, other places. I'm not going to say that this is going to be something that people should, in a sense, freak out about. I would say that people should be, on the lookout and just be, pretty cautious directly about this. Because again, the media has a way of trying to hype up something, and it doesn't really need to be hyped up. But, people do need to be made aware of certain things that are specifically out there. So, that's the main thing that I would directly say about this. So we'll see what happens from now to the start of next year, because they had something previously before this that they were trying to stir up as the next thing, and that didn't really catch because I guess everybody was pretty much tired from like the pandemic. They're like, yeah, we're not giving nothing else any much attention like we did before. We learned our lesson, and none of this stuff is pretty much scaring people like the first time. So again, like I played that clip to y'all from BBC, and they were stating that, hey, there's a disease X out there, and they're already prepared for it. They're already making vaccines for it. So I'm just putting that directly out there. Just putting it out there. We already covered that they stated that they know that another disease is directly out there, and they got vaccines already prepped for it. So hey, it is what it is. So we're gonna head over to the next story. What is up, King Black Officer Haku, this man of many names, Outlaw Officer Haku, Super Black Gent. I got everything out there. We got Gail in the I was going to say the lobby. In the chat, what is up, Gail? What is up? Much love, respect, and appreciation. We got Mr. Rant in the building. What is up? And Gail said 15 watching and only 5 likes. Come on, people, let's do this. It is what it is, Gail. Some people, it's tough to get people to hit the like button. Some people just want to stop and stare. It is what it is. It's cool. One day, the likes will get back up to where they used to be. It just might not be today, but we're going to head over to the next clip. So I do got a clip directly for you guys, and this clip, let me just start you off. So this woman here, even though you can't directly tell, she is a woman that is biracial. And pretty much we're going to, as the title basically tells you, you're going to hear specifically what her mother told her about how it is that she was brought directly into the world. You're going to have part 1, and you're going to have part 2 as well.
Then I don't know if I can get this out. I don't even know exactly what I want to say. But a few nights ago, my mother called me. She's been telling me since I was 6 years old that I was the product of SA. And she's white, and her rapist was black, and that's how she got pregnant with me. And I've always felt like a violent mistake. Deep down, always felt like a violent mistake. And that has corrupted every fiber of my being, every relationship. I'm not gonna cry. So my mother has dementia. She's in a nursing home, and she's definitely in the last at least few years of her life. And I think she's preparing for that. So she called me and she said, I need to talk to you right now, about the night that you were conceived. And the thing is, I'm in my 40s, right? So this feels like a conversation that's not actually urgent. And I didn't listen to myself. I did not listen to my inner guide that said, hang up. You don't need that. You don't need this information. I pulled over. I recorded some of it. I won't play it. But I needed to record it. I could tell, so I could process it later. So, of course, you probably have guessed by now that she told me that this story was not true, that she made it up, because she was ashamed of her behavior and how she got pregnant in the first place. And being a black woman in a white family in the South, I live in Texas, has been just a hell of a journey. So, I feel robbed. I think the thing that I am trying to process is that there were people who could have shown me what it is to be black. There was culture that I could have partaken in. There was family, and she stole it from me because of her pride and ego. And so the conclusion is, just stick to your boundaries. I wish I hadn't picked up the damn phone. That's it. I posted a video back in February or March about my mother telling me that I was the product of SA. My mom is a white woman who was SA'd by a black man. At least that's what she told me when I was 6 years old. And she made a confession back in February of 2023 that that was not true, that she had let me live my life believing that, and it wasn't true. I subsequently have gone no contact with her because, of the damage that lie inflicted on me. And there have been a lot of people on this app who have told me that I'm going to regret that decision of not communicating with her the last few months of her life. And she is on life support. I'm taking a break from the hospital right now, but she's basically gone. We are pretty sure she's brain dead. And I'm making this video right now to say I do not regret the decision to go no contact. And I was worried that I might. I really have been worried that I might have some deep regrets. But she and I had a long relationship, and these last few months have enabled me given me an opportunity to really come to understand a lot of things about myself and the way I've been relationally. Her rejection has had a big role in all of my relationships. Huge. And in a way that is pretty dysfunctional and harmful to me. And it's been harmful, I think, to my kids, both of my kids. I'm sad that she's dying. I wish that things had been different in a lot of ways, but sometimes you need to do the thing for yourself. And I'm incredibly lucky, aren't I lucky, that I can sit here in my nice car and tell you that I don't regret going no contact while I'm brushing her hair and putting lotion on her feet and socks and things like that. But what a place of privilege to talk to you about that from, because I get to love her in the end, and I feel incredibly blessed to do that. But I don't know if I could do it if she was awake. That's the truth. So sometimes you just have to take care of yourself. No one else is going to do it for you.
So we were able to hear both part one and part two, how her mother, who is Caucasian, lied about how it is that she got brought into this life. And she stated, as a black woman, that has done irreparable harm to her outlook, and her relationships with men. Because if a woman is to basically state that, hey, this is what a black man did to me, other women are going to be like, okay, well, we're not going to deal with black men. All black men are basically this and all this, right? It's going to start that whole negative type of spin. And that's what she did with her daughter, who she knows, right, has the other side of her DNA, specifically from her father. She alienated her daughter from having a relationship with her father because she decided that she wanted to bring up this lie. And more than likely, the mother, the white mother, perpetuated that lie along with the family. Because again, you got to remember who she's being raised by. She's being raised by that whole complete white side. So then you would have to think about 9 times out of 10 who it is that she's going to be dating, right? Chances are very great that she's not going to date a black man. Why is she not going to date a black man? Number one, she was stated that, hey, mommy told me that a black man, that my father, quote unquote, did this. So she automatically feels regret about being born and then having regret about having DNA from this guy. And then third, she doesn't have any type of knowledge or information or relationship with her father or her father's family at all. So chances are very great that she's going to inevitably date and have kids with somebody who is Caucasian, right? Because she has this certain type of feeling about black men because this is what it is that she was taught. This is what she was told, right? From the main source, who was her mother, right? Mothers can do no wrong. Mothers are not going to sit up there and lie. But here we have it. On her mother's deathbed, she decided to come clean on some Emmett Till type stuff. And she was like, well, what I told you happened was not what really happened. Wow. So it took for you to look at death in the face, trying to figure out if you were going to be going to heaven or hell, trying to look through all of your life, trying to right any other wrongs. It took for you to get to this point for you to come clean and tell your daughter, like, hey, your father was not actually this type of person. I made that story up. Ain't that about it? That's ridiculous. And like Gail said, I wonder if her dad got locked up over that lie. That's a very great question. Very great question. I would have to potentially try to find more of her videos to see if she did any follow-ups to try to figure out if maybe she's going to try to get in contact with that side of the family or how that's going to work. Because again, you have a lot of missing pieces. Like she said, she was robbed of a lot of things, a whole other side, whole other relationships, whole other culture. She only knows realistically one culture because that's the culture that was raising her, that lied to her, that fed her this falsehood. Like I said, that's crazy. And then put that onto a broader spectrum, right? Take away the fact that a white woman did this to her black daughter, or if somebody wanted, or as other people like to say, biracial daughter. Put this on just a woman doing this and see how damaging this could be culturally. I'm talking about in different areas around the world. Doesn't matter where everybody lives. Just imagine a woman going out there doing this and stating that a child was basically born this way, just so that this child doesn't have a connection or a bond with the father because the mother feels a certain type of way. You have women out here that do this every day. You got women out here that always tell their kids, oh, the reason that you don't see your father is because he don't love you. He don't like you. He don't want to be around you. But realistically, it's the woman that is keeping the child away from the guy. She's making sure that because of whatever relationship that they had, however it is that they fell out or fell out of love, she's making sure to try to hurt him in a certain type of way by using that child as a weapon. And this is why I sit up there and state that things like this need to get talked about, because there could very like society could be worlds better if people would actually communicate. But because you have a lot of people operating in their emotions, things like this are enabled. Things like this are able to happen. Things like this are okay, which is nonsensical because you feel a certain type of way about a guy that enables you to use the child as a weapon against that guy so that you can make him feel a certain type of way because you're still stuck at a certain point in time in the past because you refuse to move past that point even though everybody else has is light years ahead of you. That's crazy. And this is why I said before, yo, women gotta start calling this stuff out. Because women are in 100% are in control of these types of situations. Because it's completely damning for a guy to basically have the title of being a SA or being a predator or going out there and taking things, from women. That's damning. No court. Once you say things like that, nobody's going to look at that dude the same. Even if it's proved that the woman lied, nobody's going to go to that man and apologize. Nobody's going to try to walk with that man and try to, clean up, all of the lies and how his name has been smeared, throughout the public or whatnot, or whatever. People are just going to drop it as if it never happened. And that's the sad part. And you have a lot of men that have literally wasted time and money to fight through courts in order to prove that they are innocent. All for the public or people on social media to just move on like it never happened on to the next hot topic. Oh, this celebrity is now getting tried for this and this and this. That's crazy. That's 100% crazy how everything tends to work. And it's very damaging to a guy. And that can cause irreparable harm. Irreparable. Because then, even if you do the work to basically show and prove all of these things, right, legally, you'll still have people that didn't follow any of the things, but they just know what it is that somebody stated. And they're like, oh, I don't care what it is that you have proof of. In my book, you still did this. You're still that person. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's 100% crazy. And like I said before, only women can clear this stuff up. Only women can fix this. Only women can stop this from happening. I, as a guy, cannot sit up there and say that a woman essayed, multiple men and leave her with that branding, leave her with that mark, ruining her reputation, ruining her name, bringing her family down. Never in history have I seen that even possible. Even if a guy were to do that right now, do you really think that the world is going to believe that a woman was capable of doing that? No, because the societal norm is that only men are capable of doing such violent crimes, having such violent tendencies and a mentality. So, like I said, only women can fix this. There's nothing, literally, there's nothing I can do about it. And I got, technically a platform. Nothing I can do about it. Women have to call this stuff out. Some of y'all got friends that y'all know are liars, that are habitual liars, that have been lying for the longest time possible. Some of y'all got family members who are female who've been lying for the longest time possible. Y'all know that they done fabricated a lot of stuff. They done did it when they was teenagers. They done did it in their 20s, and they still doing it. And they damn near 40 and 50, fabricating lies about dudes. And you're sitting there, you're like, hey, I'm just not going to associate myself with this person. That's not going to fix the problem. Because somebody's son is now going to sit up there and take the brunt of that because you didn't want to step up and call that out and say nothing. Like I said, people are not going to understand up until lies like this are told directly on their sons, on their fathers, on their uncles, on their grandfathers. And then they got to sit up there and be in prison for 99 years to life. And then you got to try to figure out how to find money for a lawyer and all these other types of things because one woman decided that she wanted to perpetuate this lie in order to get what? Because I don't know. Right? Like I said, I cannot tell you as a guy, I can't specifically tell you what women get out of lying and being able to perpetuate these lies, play the victim, and then have innocent guys locked up. I can't tell you what they get out of it because it's not money. Like I said, I just don't understand. A lot of stuff is just beyond my understanding. I wish that I could understand. I wish that I could try to have some type of explanation for you. I just don't. Because I really legitimately don't see the benefit at all. At all. I guess that's something that only a woman can tell me. So the next story, excuse me, it's not a story. The next clip that we're going to go directly into. Ooh, that's a little bit loud. So I'm just going to state the first part might be a little bit loud, but the reason why, because I got to go into this, the reason why this is slightly blocked out is because I wanted to show you the actions that are being committed here. Because the bottom of the title says, laughing my ass off, that's my son. This woman that you see here that is bent over is twerking. And there is a child directly in the seat in the background that she is basically full-fledged twerking, or she is fully clothed and everything, but she's sitting up here twerking. Right? So I just wanted to get that one directly out of the way so that you can get an understanding of where these clips that I put together are, about to go. So again, my condolences to those who might be wearing headphones. This is a warning that you might want to, put that down by 25% because the starting is a little bit loud. Right? So let's get into it.
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
He just ate my ass, he wanna switch. Now I'm eating his ass. Eating his ass. Eating a nigga ass.
Are you dumb?
I think she's dumb. I think she's dumb.
Are you,
like, medically speaking?
Gay baby. It's a gay baby. Gay baby. Gay, gay, gay. Please be gay. Ugh. Okay. Be what you want to be, but be gay. Okay? Thank you. Right? No pressure. No pressure, but pressure.
Ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
I am so embarrassed for my people today.
Take it. Fuck these niggas. Fuck my baby dad. Fuck my baby dad. Fuck my baby dad. I'm a fine ass bitch. I ain't in the house fast. Fuck my baby dad. Bow, 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 bow. That's that booty meat. Hey, 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 hey. Look at them booty cheeks. Bow, bow, bow.
So I had to end it directly on Sexy Red because the main point of all those clips that I put together is that you can clearly see that there's a crisis that is taking place. And I'm showcasing individuals that are leading in this crisis, leading in this epidemic, right? Leading in the degradation of society, of people, of children. You got Sexy Red, who is a black woman who is out here twerking, spreading her cheeks while being pregnant, all on stage. Main lyrics, fuck my baby daddy. I want to remind you that this is the same woman who stated that she was completely fine with getting an STD twice. She knew how she got it / didn't know how she got it. She also is proud to be the raw dog queen, which means that she does not use protection. This is, again, how she got an STD twice. And this is exactly why she is pregnant at this moment in time. This is exactly why she came up with the lyrics of fuck my baby daddy. This is the society that we are in at this moment in time, where people are like, hey, I'm independent. I don't need a man, right? I don't need a man in the house. Ain't no man going to tell me what to do. Ain't no man going to tell me what to wear. None of that. This is what that looks like. And I've tried to tell people before that this is what it looks like when you got a woman out here leading women. So you're going to have a lot of young girls out here doing the sexy red culture. Give it about a good 5 to 10 years. Let some of the ones right now grow up. 5 to 10 years. You're going to see the sexy red culture. You're going to see it right there. That's going to be the main theme song. Fuck my baby daddy. Even though you got contraceptions that you can take a multitude, you can stay abstinent, right? You got a multitude of ways to basically handle these situations, but yet decide to still sit up there and be promiscuous, to still go out here, raw dog, as she say, still out here potentially putting yourself at risk of catching an STD. Not only you, but also the child as well. Like I said, this is a whole thing. This is a whole thing. And then let me just roll back to the other woman, right? Let me just go back to this lady right here. And let me just make this very clear. I don't have a problem with people wanting to be whoever it is that they feel that they are. That's cool. You're a grown adult. I have no problem with that. But the moment in time that you decide that you want to push your agenda specifically on a child that is not even, hasn't fully conceptualized the world, doesn't even have an idea of where it is that they are at this moment in time, that's 1,000% wrong. What happened to the ability of being able to choose who it is that you want to be? You got the mother basically stating to the child, please be gay. What are we doing? What's happening? What are we doing? Like, just imagine if a straight man did that to a child. It was parading this on social media. And the father had his child and he had a t-shirt that basically said, only straight over here or something like that, right? Just imagine that. Just imagine if he had anything within that area. Do you know how many people of the LGBT would come out and say that that's very dangerous? Do you know how many of them will come out and say that that's causing so much harm to the LGBT? That's taken untold amount of lives? Like I said, it's funny how when certain groups basically do something, it's completely fine and dandy. It's not getting vilified. You don't hear straight people online, you don't hear heterosexual people online basically coming directly for this mother. You don't. It's like, all right, obviously you must be of the community. This is why you're saying it, right? It would make sense. It's like, right, because you're basically of the community. You want your child to be of the community. Fine, no problem, right? Nobody's trying to do that. But just imagine if somebody from the heterosexual community decided to do that. It'll be World War III. Everybody who is an activist, who is of the community, they would drag that dude through hell and back into hell again. This is like I said before, this is why I've stated before that there is a type of an agenda directly out here. She is clear-cut showcasing that. She is a parent. That is her child. You see how she has the child dressed. You see how she's talking specifically to the child. And you heard her say, oh, be anything that you want, but please be gay. How do we get here? Isn't a child supposed to just be a child? Aren't you just supposed to worry about the child growing up and being happy and being healthy and having options and choices? Now you're specifically trying to throw a child in a box because you want them to be in that box, because you're there in that box. That doesn't make any sense. You're taking away the ability to choose from a child, from a person. Ain't that something? Isn't that what the LGBT basically rallied against? They wanted the choice to be able to choose who it is that they are, what it is that they are, and nobody should be able to lock them down into a certain branding. But yet we have, and again, this is me assuming that the mother is a part of that community, right? From my assumption, how everything is being presented, I'm looking at the mother as being part of that same community. But this is what she decided to do. She's locking that child into a choice. Interesting. It is very interesting. I've never heard any of this type of nonsense ever. I've never heard a parent literally get on social media parading this stuff around as if it is something good. You're taking away the choice from a child. What are we doing here? You're sitting up here telling a young child, a child that is growing, developing, right? Trying to understand the world. Your first thing to tell the child is be anything you want to be, but please be gay. Excuse me? Where are we at right now? What happened to being a lawyer? What happened to being a doctor, an astronaut, a president, a mayor, right? Some type of a leader, somebody that's going to benefit society with how it is that they're able to process and look at things differently. That's crazy to me. That is 100% crazy to me. And like I said, people, grown adults can be whoever it is that they want to sit up there and be at the end of the day, because it is your body, your choice. You're fully grown, you're 18 plus, or whatever you are. But no adult has the right to sit up there and try to brand and place a child in a specific type of box because you feel that the child needs to be there because you're there. That's wrong. That's poor parenting. That's bad parenting. And that's clear cut what I'm looking at this moment in time. It's ridiculous. So then let's go all the way back, right, to this one right here. You got this mother openly singing the lyrics to Sukihana's song to her daughter. And the title is Me Telling My Daughter Everything Because She's My Only Friend. Oh, this is a bad sight. So instead of you raising your daughter as the mother that you should be, you're going to raise your daughter as a friend that you feel that she should have and that you feel that you should have, which is then going to lead to your daughter doing the exact same mess up that you did, which was more than likely having a child specifically out of wedlock, not vetting the guy that you're going to have a child with, not being in a positive, consistent relationship with said man that you had a child with, not even being married. Like I said, if your child is the only best friend that you have, you might want to check yourself. You might want to check yourself real quick. I understand that you got, differences in people that are like, yo, I'm fine with being alone. I don't really need anybody to be there. That's completely different. If you are a person and you know that you are social and that you go out there and you party and you drink and all this other type of stuff, and you're telling me that your child is your only best friend, we got to have, there needs to be some conversations that need to be had. There needs to be some conversations there. If your child is your only best friend, chances are very great you should have never had a child to begin with. Now, I'm just going to put that right there. At no point in time should a little girl be a grown woman's best friend. That just should not be the case. Because you see how wrong this is right now? You literally have this grown woman indoctrinating her child into debauchery, into degradation. Right? She don't even know nothing about nothing. But now she's hearing this come out her mom's mouth. So sooner or later, she's going to hear kids of, her own age group talking about this and actually acting on the information that the mom is rapping directly to her by repeating Sukihana's lyrics. And then you're going to start to see another generation who are going to start procreating a lot earlier, because before it used to be like, all right, you got girls who are like 15, 16 having kids. And then the rare extent you would hear somebody 12. Now it's going to start being at 12, if not maybe a little bit younger, because now you got periods and stuff happening a little bit different because of all of the GMOs and the chemicals and the stuff that's in the food, water, and the air. So you may have some of these girls starting their periods a little bit differently, and they may start their activity with another human being quite earlier than what they normally would. So you're going to start to have pregnancies tending to happen way earlier. But like I said, this is what it looks like when you have women stating that they want women to basically lead. This is what that's looking like. You got a grown woman talking to her daughter, talking about eating ass. And now we want to switch. These are the lyrics. This is a mother telling this to her daughter. So what do you think that daughter is going to do when she grows up? What do you think the conversations that she's going to sit up there and have with girls her own age or when she reaches high school? It ain't going to be nothing good. It ain't going to be nothing positive. Let's further go back to this one right here where you got this woman, and in the video, if you were able to hear the audio, you have multiple women in the video at that restaurant sitting up there cheering this woman on, twerking on this kid, twerking on his baby. Let me just explain something to you. Irregardless of whatever people want to sit up there and say, there's a lot of women out here that don't know how to wash, that don't know how to bathe, that don't know what a washcloth is. There's a lot of women that have pH levels completely off. I showed you a video of that before where a woman decided that she wanted to twerk in front of a kid. I think he might have been like 7 or 8. And her butt was pretty close directly to him. And he called a whiff of something and he was like, covered his nose, and he got up out of that situation. Again, there is no reason at all why I should ever see videos online of grown-ass women sitting up there, opening up their legs, twerking directly on kids. And nobody's calling us out. Like what are we doing here? If this is a man dancing on somebody's daughter, everybody will be trying to come after that dude. It would be so many dudes out here would want to sit up there and be Superman for that little girl. They'll be like, oh, I guess you don't have no father. I guess I got to sit up there and step in. I guess you don't got no brothers. I guess I got to step in. So where's that same energy when I see grown women twerking on little boys? Where are all of the women at to sit up there and act as that mother, to act as that grandmother, to act as that aunt, to act as that sister, right? Where are all of those women at, right? Because people say that they care about the kids, right? But I'm showing you what's taking place with the kids. But I don't see no women out here taking action. I hear women all the time talking about, oh, men need to start taking more action, protecting this and protecting that. So why aren't women taking action to sit up there and protect the kids? Why do I see countless videos on women sitting up there going after your kids in schools? You got anything from a principal to an assistant principal to a secretary to whatever, sitting up there going after your sons. But I don't never see energy from women online talking about, oh, we got to sit up there and protect our boys. Never. But when it's a little girl, though, everybody want to sit up there and protect the little girl. This is what I sit up there and keep trying to tell people. The life of a man is not valuable. It is not valuable. The life of a little boy is not valuable. Nobody cares. Like I said, this woman is twerking on a little baby boy. He's probably a few months. And grown women are just eating it up. It's like, yeah, get it. Yeah, get it. Get what? He should be getting a bottle. He should be getting sleep, getting a nap. He shouldn't sit up there and have a grown-ass woman with her butt, with the crack of her ass directly in his face. But like I said, everybody wants to do the normal thing is just demonize men. Oh, men are the only ones that want to, sexualize women. Men are the only ones that look at us in such an objectual, type of fashion in a way. But yeah, you got grown women sitting up there putting themselves out there in a sexual way so that other people can objectify them and sexualize them, right? So it's bad when men do it, but it's okay when women sit up there and do it to kids. Got you. No problem. No problem. I got you. I see it. I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to see the understanding and the logic. Everything that a man does is completely negative and it's not okay. If a woman is in control, right, of everything that she is doing, it is a-okay. So women are free to go after little boys in schools, right? It's completely fine for them to go back to school to be a teacher so that they can relive what it is that they missed out on, so they can be that popular girl, so they can be that girl that everybody's looking up to because they didn't get that attention in school, right? A lot of these female teachers right now, they're going back there to try to recapture and relive some missed opportunities, right? So now that they went back and now that they're older, they're popular. They're in fashion. Everybody knows their name. All the popular girls in the class, she could tell them to shut up. She could tell them what to do. They have to basically obey her. They have to submit to her, right? They have to say her name and remember her name. If not, she can fail them. She can get them directly out of the class. She can get them in control. I mean, she can get them in trouble, right? Because she has all of that power. So that's just the girl aspect. So now you got these women going into the schools, being teachers, going directly after your sons because they were not specifically attractive when they were in school. So that's middle school, high school, whatever. So now that they have that power and they have that control, and now that they're a grown woman and things might have filled out differently, now they're like, okay, I'm going to take my opportunity. I'm going to sit up there and start, seeing what some of these young boys can do. But like I said, where are the women at to sit up there and come see those women that's doing that? Nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be found. I don't be seeing it on social media at all. But let a male teacher sit up there and have done something, everybody shows up. So whenever it is that men basically state that the world does not care about men and boys, always know it to be true. This is why you don't have a lot of men or a lot of boys coming out and basically stating that they have gone through some things when they were younger, because there's not an avenue, there's not any type of room for a boy or a man to be that open about the things that took place, with them when they were younger. Because what do women sit up there and state? I'm not trying to see a man cry. I'm not trying to hear none of that. Or to another extent, they'll start calling you a bitch. Right? All of which are directly negative, which then force men to basically just like, yo, I'm just going to be in a corner somewhere dealing with my problems. Then after I deal with those problems, I'm going back out into the world. Or you got a lot of men that decide to sit up there and drown their sorrows and everything that they went through with weed and alcohol. This is also another reason why how a lot of women want to complain, oh, why do men always sexualize us? A lot of men have been sexualized when they were younger by women. So in turn, when they grow up, this is what they learn to do because this is what was introduced to them. But nobody wants to pay attention to that. But everybody always states, oh, we care about the kids. We love the kids. Where? Where? Because I just showed you three or whatever clips. All of these women had children or a child one way or another, and they were present either in the womb or they were outside of the womb. But yet when you go on social media, you don't really see women trying to get at these women. You don't see women trying to talk down this behavior, trying to shun this behavior. Like I said, people are going to understand sooner rather than later. People don't want to sit up there and understand it. Like I said, I do countless videos all the times about trying to advocate for kids. Nothing. But everybody out here got kids. Everybody out here got nieces and nephews and all this other type of stuff. Care about the kids, all this other. So why do we not have people making legislation and rules to stop stuff like this? All the clips that I showcase, why aren't people going to their mayor, to whoever, right, to advocate for some type of legislation to get people like this locked up? Why? Oh, that's right, because they're women. Women can do no harm. It's only and it's always men that are the most violent and criminal minded that can do anything such of an abhorrent nature. But yet people say that they care about the kids. Okay. I believe it when I see it. When I start to see legislation where I stop seeing videos like this because people aren't going to be so quick to put this shit online because you'll get locked up, then I'll believe it. But like I said before, I'm asking for something that's never going to happen. And I know it's never going to happen. Because at the end of the day, people have been placed mentally in an area to only view men as the predators, only view men as dangerous. But I'm clearly showing you that it's not only men out here doing this stuff. I literally have a thread that I bookmark on Twitter. I'll probably make a separate live stream about that. I got a thread that I bookmarked. It was started by a black woman, basically asking black men to come through and to explain what it is that they've had to face by the hands of women. And you had countless accounts of black men stating, I was 10 years old, I was 5 years old, I was 12, I was 15. But yet, you're not going to hear other women out there really wanting to hear these stories. Why? Because they're going to look at the man as weak. It's like, oh, you're talking about something that happened to you? Oh, that's weak. Oh, you're crying about this? Oh, you're weak. You're not really a man. That's not really masculine. That's not really man-type behavior. And then you're going to have other men basically come out and basically say, like, yo, you acting like a bitch. Like, why are you talking about this like it's a negative thing? Because realistically, it is. Because like I said before, it's different when people who are, let's say, teenagers want to be with other teenagers. That's vastly different. When you got somebody that's a teenager and you have somebody that's in their 20s, 30s, and 40s specifically going after that teenager, that's a problem. When you have somebody that's in their 20s, 30s, and 40s going after somebody who is a child, that's a problem. That's realistically, psychologically speaking, that's nothing to be proud of. That's a coping mechanism of a victim. Because realistically, if you're a guy and you're the victim of this, you should, in a sense, view this the exact same way as women view it, right? As little girls view it. But you're not, because you got to be a man at the end of the day. You got to try to find the positive in something negative so that people don't sit up there and directly call you a bitch, so that women don't see you as a bitch, so that other men don't see you as a bitch, right? So you're already at the tail end of a loss, so you got to try to sit up there and formulate a win somewhere. You got to try to seem like the big man somewhere, and that's all it is. It's a coping mechanism. Because at the end of the day, as a boy, as a teenager, if you start crying, if you start complaining, people gonna call you a bitch. And that's the last thing you want to be known or seen as. So you're going to sit up there and you're just going to look at the situation like, well, this is a grown woman. She obviously, she went after me because, I could put in that work. I could do this. I can do that. All this other type of stuff. Well, realistically, that's just not the case. You can't put in no work if you don't know nothing about nothing. Right? You can't say that you're the best at a job when you've never been qualified or don't even have the education for that job. You can't say that you're the best at it. You don't even got realistically good qualifications. you just just finger dangling around with some wires, thinking that you're actually doing something. Don't even know what the hell you're doing. Because the other aspect of that is, when you think about the situation, a lot of these women are, in a sense, teaching. Correct. And that's the main thing that women always state that they are not trying to sit up there and do with grown men, right? They say that they're not trying to deal with a man that's a virgin. They're not trying to deal with a guy who don't have any sexual experience. They're not trying to teach a man he should already know. He should already come pre-assembled with the knowledge. But the same women will sit up there and look at somebody who is younger. And the same things they said no to when they dealt with grown men, they'll be like, you know what? I'll sit up there. I'll teach him. I'll be his first. I can sit up there and teach him. I can show him, what's what, all this other type of stuff. Like I said, stuff is real weird. Stuff is real weird. Real weird directly out here. And like I said, I probably stayed, the longest on this part due to the fact, like I said before, I advocate for the kids. Because I don't see nobody else out here really doing it. Because I get it. It's not going to bring views. It's not going to bring likes. It's not going to bring subscribers. It's not going to bring in donations and all this other type of shit. Everybody's really not trying to focus and hear a lot of this shit. But yet again, it is what it is. People don't want to hear it, but people need to sit up there and hear it. Because if ain't nobody going to protect these kids, it is over for everybody. It is over. Like I said, I don't think people actually understand that, but when people start to realize how it is that people are not reproducing around the world as they used to, people will start to soon enough understand when it hit that 50-year mark, people will start understanding it. All of this rhetoric and all of these conversations, these nonsensical conversations where you got women on platforms, oh, I'm not having kids, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I'm living my best life. You're going to see what is going to take place in a hot 40 to 50 years. And it ain't going to be nothing good. It's going to affect the workforce. It's going to affect the Social Security. It's going to affect the medical field. It's going to affect everything. And people just don't see it at this moment. But like I said, everybody got their opinions. Everybody can do whatever it is that they want to do with their bodies. All I'm telling people to do, make sure you're making sure that it is the right choice, because I ain't trying to hear no motherfuckers come to me and start complaining, like, yo, I sat up there, I made the... No, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Stand 10 toes down. When you sat up there and said that you didn't want to sit up there and do this, stand 10 toes down. When society starts looking bleak, don't sit up there and say that you want to change your mind now. Don't do that. Don't do that. But like I said, this is that main snippet there. But we're going to go to another clip, right? So let me just make people understand, because this is going on the same subject of women leading other women, right? So the title of this one that I dubbed it, she called a man corny because he did everything she asked / wanted. And when I tell you that he did that, he did that. So let's just get into this quick one real quick.
At my front door, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like, right? And then he hit me with the Rico. He pulled the flowers out, and I was like, "Wow, this is different, right?" So I'm not even paying attention. I brush past this, trying to walk down the steps and get to the door, right? Because I'm not paying attention. I'm just so not used to it, and it just hasn't, I just didn't have a lot of practice. He opened my car door. I get inside. He closed the door. I immediately went to my group chat. It's weird. Did you say he opened your car door?
High five.
No. Now let me explain, right? Let me explain. By the time we got to the restaurant, my follow-up text was, y'all, that's my bad. I just realized and all that stuff we be talking about, we don't really want it. And I felt like he technically did everything that we be saying we be wanting. In my mind, instinctively, my first thought was he corny. But he really did everything that we want. But it.
So you heard that woman. Like I told y'all before, when I happen to have proof of some of the things that I talk about, I'm going to showcase that directly to you. This is a woman with a group of other women. You don't hear no guys there. Right? She called the dude a bitch. And she also called the dude a nigga. Right? So first two flags directly right there. She said that the dude showed up promptly at the door. And that freaked her the fuck out. Right? So then she just brushed past and moved past him, right? So then she stated that, oh, he pulled out flowers. And then she was like, this is weird. So then she went, as soon as he opened the door, the car door, got her into the car, she flew directly to the phone, went to a group chat full of women, basically calling this dude corny. All types of negative shit. Even though, like I said before, and this is why I keep stating, a lot of women will go out here and state what they want in a guy. Where realistically, women don't really know what they want in a guy. They have an imaginary theory of what it is that a guy should do or should be doing, but realistically, women don't really want the things that they say that they actually want from a guy. This woman just proved that. Even another woman had to sit up there and state, was like, why did you call him corny? You called a dude corny that did everything that you asked and wanted of a guy. He opened the door for you. He showed up promptly. He gave you flowers, all for him to sit up there and be called corny, to be called a nigga, to be called a bitch. You got to be kidding me. This is why dating in 2023 and beyond is trash. This is why I keep saying the reason why chivalry is dead is not because men let it go, is because women killed it. Killed it. He gave her flowers. He opened a door. He showed up on time. All for her to go to an all-female group chat and start talking shit about him. This is why a lot of women out here are single. And I want to note to people, shit like this only happens in America. This is a Western type of motherfucking culture. This only happens in America, where a guy can do the shit that he's supposed to do and get labeled as corny. He gets labeled as everything else but something good. And people sit up there and get mad when you got guys sitting up there stating, "Oh, we're about to start, looking for women overseas. We're about to start getting our passports." Like I said, I try to showcase these videos so that women in America will understand that, hey, this is a problem. This is a crisis. You wonder why so many guys are going elsewhere? It's examples like this. Because she's not the only one doing this. I can literally tell you as much time as I've spent online. I've seen YouTube videos. There's Twitter posts going right now. There's Reddit threads directly right now. There's TikToks right now. There's IGs dedicated to shit like this, where women are shitting on quote unquote nice guys, decent guys, guys who are doing the things that women want. And guys are able to see these things. We read these comments. And you know what happens when people read the comments and see these things? They start to internalize those. So the moment of time that they see other women basically speaking like this, they're then going to look at, okay, well, if she basically is thinking or viewing men like that, then the other women I walk past are also doing it as well. So I'm not going to sit up there and waste my time. Like I said, the dating market is shit right now because a lot of women are making it shit. I done showed y'all umpteen videos. Women talking about, don't take me to 20 different things. You got women making those lists. You got other women talking about, I don't believe in coffee dates and, all this other type of stuff. And I have a relationship after this. And you want me to pay $300? And then you got 9 other dudes like set up throughout the month for $200 to $300 to $500 dates or whatever you. Nah, son, I'm good. Nope. No, nope, nope, no, nope, 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 no, nope, 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 no, no, nope, no, no, nope, nope. No, 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 nope, nope, no, no, no. No, 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 nope, nope, no, nope. We're not doing that. That's crazy to me. That is completely crazy. That's crazy. And also, let's just also put the cherry directly on top. Women like this will call a dude that does everything for a woman like this, they will call him a simp automatically. Like, it's already enough that the terminology simp gets like, just, it's so watered down, the meaning doesn't even mean what it means, because you now got guys trying to call dudes who are in relationships or are married simps, and I'm like, that's not how that works. You got somebody that's married for like 10, 15, whatever years, that's not a simp. That's somebody who can actually, that's a guy who is at an emotional area in his life where he can actually be with one consistent woman instead of messing up his energy and potentially his health by being with multiple women, and those multiple women are with multiple guys. Like I said, shit out here is whack. Shit out here is real whack. No, Tibby, I get what you're saying. You said, wait, that's her, because clearly not all women think like that. So please don't generalize. No, Tippy, I get what you're sitting up here saying. I'm just telling you how it is that other guys are going to basically see this. Because let the truth be told, more women out here can get attention. They can get dates without even trying. Women can go out here and get dates, just, put a little bit of makeup or, put on a little dress, do your hair a little, certain type of way, and just start posting pictures online. You'll start sooner or later, some guy is going to sit up there and be trying to hit you up on Twitter, on IG, on TikTok. It happens all the time. It don't matter what a guy does. if a dude is not physically there for women, they're not going to be knocking down his door, and specifically, they're not going to be rolling up in the comment sections, and especially, they're not going to be pulling up in his DMs. That's just not how it does. You got to, in order for a guy to even get close to what it is that women are able to do, he has to have a brand. He has to have a name. He has to have money, right? He has to have that. Wait, Ms. Durant says, Seji, you're buffering. Let me see. Yeah, like I said, when I start talking about certain subjects, this is what happens on YouTube. So just to let y'all know, whenever I start talking about certain subjects, YouTube gets triggered, and I'll start magically having connection problems, because realistically, I shouldn't have connection problems because I'm right next to the Wi-Fi router. When I mean right next to it, I'm right next to it. So it's not even me; it's them. That's literally YouTube doing this, because when I first started this live stream, it was really no problems. But once I started getting into some of the other topics, saying other things, magically we're it's showing a connection whatever on this side, which again it totally makes no sense. It's something that should not even be a thing, because nothing over here is really using Wi-Fi or the internet like that. So that is let me just look in the background real quick. Let me look. Let me just see something. Yeah, because on at least one of the channels, it says that the connection is excellent. The stream health is good as of 5:18 p.m. Well, I can't check previously, but it's saying it's all right. At this moment in time. Yo, Mercedes, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? We got the Prince in the building. What is up? What is up? Again, we got Tippy. Right. Oh, you were typing on both. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, I see what Tippy was doing. Okay. Let me see. Tippy said the passport dudes go after teenagers or women who need money. They're not looking for wives, and passport gals are doing the same thing. LOL, they're weird. I don't like talking about people, but they are. This is because this is the thing. If we're talking about guys who are of a certain ethnicity, you are technically correct in that assumption. Now, when you're talking about black dudes, it's not really in that area. Again, I can't 100% speak for all, because some people do slip through the cracks. But you will have people that will sit up there and travel if they pretty much can't get attention, right? You have I went over this before. You got a lot of dudes out here that have been called ugly, that have been called broke. They've been listed as like a 3 or 2 or 1 or as a 0, but ugly, all this other type of stuff, right? So if you have those dudes saving up their money to basically go travel, to go potentially see if they got chances elsewhere, and they inevitably actually find somebody. So it's like, for me, it's a little bit confusing to see women on TikTok getting angry when it's not even the guys that they would actually be attracted to, that they've naturally already deemed as like ugly, that they would never get married to, have kids with, all this. Like, if you basically tell a guy that after so many times, and he's like, yo, I'm done. I'm tired of hearing this. I'm going to try to basically go somewhere else. I'm going to see what else that obviously, if I'm ugly in America, right, I can't obviously get attention here. Nobody finds me attractive. I don't have anybody. I don't have anything that the women here in America basically want. I'm going to see that if I have something that maybe other women might deem as worthy, or something that they may basically want. And that's what they do. Right? Like I said, I can't speak for all, because some do slip through the cracks. But I'm just stating, I'm looking at the normal basis, because I've seen the videos and I've seen the dudes who are like, hey, I got my passport, right? And a lot of those dudes when you look in the comment section, women are still coming at them like, oh, you're ugly anyway. Nobody wants you here in America. I see why you're going. I see why you're leaving. You're not attractive. No woman in America would even have like it like I said, it's proven a point in a lot of those comment sections. And I'm like, that shit is crazy to me. And I'm like, this dude didn't say nothing to any of those women who are specifically leaving those negative comments in, underneath his video. I'm like, that shit is crazy. 100% crazy. Timothy said this will be completely acceptable with white dudes. Correct. Timothy said, I don't think like that, but guys wouldn't go for me because I don't look like Rihanna or Instagram. Timothy, the main thing I told you before, you have to sit up there and look at yourself. You got to sit up there and love yourself first. Like I said before, you know how many times like I done went through life and I've literally put myself out there to, go up there in a multitude of ways and try to talk to girls. Like when I was younger and stuff, I would sit up there and like write like poems. I would give compliments, carry books, all this, like basically letting them know like slowly but surely without, in a sense, really directly saying it that, yo, I'm interested, up until I can get to that point. I'm like, all right, well, I feel like she in a sense knows. Let me, in a sense, just, put that directly, out there. But yeah, I've done that the greater duration of my life. Flowers, poems, all of that. And like I said, as a guy, you're going to sit up there and, take L's. The whole main thing is, as a guy, we already know that if we look a certain type of way, like, yo, you just got to be pushing, harder than the other guys. Like the guys that women deem as like ultra attractive or pretty, whatever the shit may be, the work is cut out for him. God basically was like, you know what, I'm going to bless you, my son. Go out there and be fruitful. All the rest of you, work until you die. That's pretty much how it works. And we figure it's like, all right, so I'm just going to look at what it is that I'm good at, what it is that I can pretty much present as an asset, and I'm just going to move with that. And that's what guys do. But again, that comes with an understanding of self and whatever, the limitations may be. And also, again, coming to an understanding of loving yourself. That's what that is. So, that's what you got to sit up there and do. You gotta sit up there and love yourself first, before, you expect or want that from like, other people. You got to do that first. You are going to be your first and only main, fan, main cheerleader, right? Is go back into, other live streams that I told you guys about before. Like whenever you want to start a business or different things like that, don't depend on friends and family. You better be your number one main supporter in everything, right? Like I said, a lot of y'all were here before any of my family showed up, before I had any support from anybody. Right? Some of the greatest support that I sat up there and got was, from y'all. Right? So, like I said, you gotta everything comes, through with self. That's what you gotta, work on first. It's a very arduous, hard, Herculean type of feat, but it is, doable. And it's not gonna be a one and done type thing because again, you can easily, slip back just as easy as you slipped out of the whole mental situation. So it's a consistent upkeep directly on that. Prince says, Seji, brother, we need more like you. I am going to DM you on IG. All right, I got you. That guy from Texas said it's YouTube sabotage. That is correct, because even on my end, I'm still looking at a low Wi-Fi bar, which makes no sense. It's completely weird. Tibby said black guys do it too, not on the same level as white dudes, but they do. No, I said that, Tibby. I said that. Tibby said, you said women in America, you're generalizing. Women in other countries are only after your money, green card. No, when I generalize and say women in America, I go by what I see on social media. Because again, I allow women to talk. Now, if I was just blatantly saying this and women in America were not out on social media saying any of these things, that's completely different. That's completely different. But you have women of all races that are in America. Don't matter if they're Asian, they could be Arab, they could be Christian, they could be Catholic, non-denominational, they could be white, they could be black, they could be Latin, they could be Mexican, they could be European, they could be white American, they could be. It don't matter what they are. You literally have women of all walks of life in America on all of these social media platforms shitting on American men. Shitting on American men. And when I go through and I look on social media and I look at how American women are talking online, and then I look at how women of other countries are talking online about their men, it's a night and day situation. And I'm not talking about like in Arab countries or anything like that. I'm talking about where people can be open and honest about stuff. So when you look at women that come from African areas, you don't see all of this type of nonsense directly online. Now, the moment in time you do start to see nonsense like this online, this is when that Western culture mentality has basically seeped in. And you could tell that by the way that the woman is dressing. You could tell that by their hair. Because I'm not sure if people have actually paid attention. You got African women now starting to get like the whole installations, the lace fronts, all of these things. Right? Now, to my knowledge, from everything that I knew and understood, this was more so an American Western type of thing that women here would do. Now you got women in whole other countries that were never even on that type of thing. Now they're doing it. So that's what I'm talking about when I basically state, you got American women saying this, and then you have the Western, type of culture, right? That is being pushed, sent over, or basically endorsed. Timothy said, I say a gentleman, I don't allow a woman to change me. A woman that doesn't like a gentleman isn't a woman I need or want. Dating ain't easy. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Pinky said I sent you something on IG. I got you. That guy was responding back to Tippy. Let me see if I can actually get back to some of the comments. We got a lot of comments. Let me see. Monica Rich said, the people that are being paid by what organization, I don't know. But when you deprive the community of resources, there are those who will sell their souls, put a child in onesies, wishing them gay for cash. Yeah. Yeah. That's facts. Yo, we got Brother Exile in the building. What is up? What is up? What is up? What is going on in the building? What is going on? Yo, Zaire, what is up? What is up? Not sure if you're still here, but what is up, brother? What is up? What is up? So then we got another small crisis. I'm just gonna put this as in all in one image here, right? So this is directly off of Twitter. So the woman stated, my friend's baby daddy is crazy as F. This man spray painted her apartment, right? And this is what he put. He said, you got 24 hours inward. He said, we will be back. And then the bottom portion of the picture says inward. So then the woman responded underneath, right? She said, ASF, this happened hella long ago. And cuz my baby daddy said it with the hard R, he white. Make it make sense. So I would like to know you guys' thoughts directly on this, because to my knowledge, because she's basically saying just because he used the hard R doesn't mean that he's white. So he's anything other than black. I'm just saying. And again, I don't find nothing funny about the situation. But you got, the two women here, they're basically, laughing. She, again, she said that, it happened months ago and everything was handled and whatnot. But ain't nothing funny about this situation. Somebody that is willing to basically write that and say that and spray paint that, they got problems. They are severely disturbed. And this is when I sit up there and tell women, it's like, yo, if you want to go out here dealing with like, different types of guys, you're going to have to deal, with whatever comes with it. And I keep sitting up there telling a lot of these women out here that A lot of these dudes, they're going to let you know when they feel a certain type of way. They're going to tell you exactly how it is that they see you. They're going to let you know. And people don't want to listen. People don't want to pay attention to, what's being stated. People want to sit up there and believe that, oh, it's not going to happen to me. Like I said, there are examples directly out here. The problem is you got a lot of women that don't want to be honest about what it is that happens or that takes place or what's being said to them, because they know at the end of the day it's going to make them look stupid, which it will. Because again, you allow this to happen. You endorse this to happen. You put yourself in this type of position or predicament that allow this again. But like I said before, nothing about this should even be any type of funny at all. It just shouldn't. Like it realistically, it just should not be funny at all. Like I said, when I go online and I see some of this stuff and I see women laughing about dudes like dropping a hard ER and they just like laughing in the comment, I'm like, dog, this is sad. And I'm like, yo, a lot of these women raising kids, I'm like, yo, this is sad. I'm like, I understand when people sit up there and say like, yo, I ain't gonna let no words have power. I get that. But again, you can't disregard the danger in somebody basically, stating that. Right. And then they sit up and you got 24 hours. Word. Word. That's crazy. That is completely crazy. Timothy said her laughing shows that she enjoys the bull. Yeah. Yeah. Ultra said it's bad programming that started this ongoing man versus women in our space. It's all agenda from the boardroom. Yeah. Yep. That is straight facts. But like I said before, the only thing I can hope is for the well-being of the child. I hope that everything goes well with the child. I hope nothing detrimental happens or takes place later on in life, because sometimes people are not specifically done with the person, or the issue or whatever it is, and people will decide to do some stuff years later. I just hope that her and the child is safe. That's it. That's it. But to a greater extent, again, I need women to start raising their daughters differently. Start investing like the love and the knowledge of self directly in them. Don't be leaving them going like putting them like bearing these children and then just putting them out there. Y'all basically they first teachers. You can't be sitting up there having your daughter just walking out here and then deciding that, all right, I'm going to be dating like whatever type of dude. And then they allow the dude to basically say stuff to them like this, because I'm going to be pretty certain that this is not the first time that he's either said this or been close to basically saying this in conversations or arguments. Like this is something that, because he wrote this, which means that he is comfortable in saying this. And like I said, you got women out here that will ignore those types of things and act like it didn't happen. And I'm like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy. So the next one that we're going to go directly into is this one here. Let me zoom this one out. So the lady in Nebraska, right? She stated that y'all out here saying that men need to make six figures and pay all y'all bills before you take him serious. She said, but a man behind bars is what gets you aroused. A man that can't do anything for you. Wild, right? And then the other woman basically put down a picture of, her cousin, right? So then the woman to the left basically said, I ain't gonna lie. All these guys I've ever dealt with in jail had more money than any guy I ever dealt with outside of jail. Them guys be paying bills and sending flowers. I mean, I don't do jail guys no more, but don't sleep, Miss Ma'ams. Right? And then the lady came back to Nebraska. She said, this is what men mean when they say they don't want to date a woman who has had a hood dude stage. Y'all are all so delusional and toxic. She later stated, saying men in jail have more money and do more for you is very telling how low your standards are. Because what? LMFAO. Lady came back and she said, ma'am, I'm 36. Every guy I dated has gone to jail and been in jail, had more money and done more than men now. What you mean my standards? I travel around the world in my business, and mind my business. This says nothing about my standards. I was 19. What the hell? Now, let me make you understand something. She did two things here. She tried to shut this woman down and basically say that she got high standards because she's now 36 and flying all over the world, right? But your greatest feat and the only people that you're caping for are guys in jail. Excuse me? You said that you're 36 at the end of the day. And you said that all of the guys, she said, let me repeat, ma'am, I'm 36. And every guy I dated has gone to jail and been in jail, had more money and done more for me than the men of now. Right? And she said that she was 19. You didn't sit up there and date a whole host of guys like just at that age of 19 and just quit there. You didn't just do that. You had a phase. You were doing this from 19 and probably up until your early 30s. Like this woman is fully on capping and lying. And then it's like, yo, you're saying that you're now going all over the world, but why are you on this post talking about like guys that are in prison? You're literally hyped. It was like, yeah, every guy that I dated, they were out, but they went to jail and prison and they were doing more for bro, like you understand the type of guys that you're into, right? You're into fast money. So of course you're going to sit up there and say like all of these guys, they had more money and they were doing more. What? Excuse me? And let's be frank here. Let's just be real. A lot of guys that are in jail and prison, they're able to have a lot of money because number one, they got people putting money on the books. And number two, some of them are willing and dealing still in jail and or in prison by way of the COs that are directly there and also the warden. Like everybody's getting a cut. So they're able to legally still sell directly in prison and make money. Right? But if you take all of that stuff away, you take away people putting money on the books, you take away them being able to will and deal directly in prison, are they still able to financially pay your bills, buy you a car, and all this other type of? Like I said, it's crazy how certain things get hyped up. And again, I don't have no problem with dudes in jail sitting up there getting women. It is what it is, right? To the victor goes the glory. It is what it is. Right? You out here winning any way that you can sit up there and win. You obviously got a mouthpiece. You can sit up there and talk a woman directly out of her bank account. Hey, I don't have no problem with that. My only thing that I'm looking at is how women like this will sit up there and basically state that men who are working a standard 9 to 5 and getting a college education, they're broke. They don't have no money. But a street dude got all the money in the world. They're the ones that got the millions. Whoo! Oh my God, the fallacy. The amount of delusion just in the writings of this woman. Again, like Nebraska stated, this woman's standards are low. So you mean to tell me that you as a 36-year-old woman, you can't get in contact with a dude from like Silicon Valley, a dude who was into like cryptocurrency, somebody that's in the financial sector? Because you're literally stating that these dudes that are locked up have more money than any of the other guys. Like I said, like, yo, the amount of shit that people be saying, it sounds good, but when you break it down, it sounds completely stupid. Because none of these dudes in jail are running Fortune 500 companies. They're not bringing in Amazon money in a month while they're in jail and prison. They're not doing that. Let's just be real. They're not doing that. So, like I said, and again, you're going to have a lot of young girls. They're going to be reading into what it is that woman stated, and they're going to take it as fact. And they're going to like, oh, well, yeah, fast money is the way. I got to sit up there. This is why when you start to look at a lot of these young girls on not even a podcast, when they do the interviews on the streets, a lot of the girls, like I showed y'all before, what did they say? I'm into scammers and drug dealers. That's they always say. I'm into scammers and drug dealers and scammers, because they like that fast money. They like that instant money. They want money in 5 minutes versus having to sit up there and wait 2 weeks. That's what it is. Like I said, people don't like to cook no more. People don't want to sit up there and cook grits for about, 30 minutes, letting that sit there, 25, 15, 30 minutes, whatever it is, depending on the type of heat that nobody wants to sit there. Everybody wants instant. They want that shit done in about 2 minutes. And again, this is what it looks like when you have women out here leading other women. You got one woman, you got Nebraska talking common sense, sitting up there showcasing that, women's standards out here be completely crazy. They want to sit up there and shit on and talk about normal average dudes and say that they want those dudes and they want to have this type of life, but yet they prop up dudes that be in jail and prison. Like I said, a lot of women don't know what it is that they want. They say some stuff, but that's not the stuff that they really want. Like I said, you see it all the time. You even got women on TikTok. They've been putting out a message for so long, and then they catch themselves in another video, and they be like, I don't know what I was on. I don't know what I was thinking, but disregard all those other videos that I stated about men. Like I said, a lot of women don't even know what it is that they be stating. They just be stating it from some other worldly type of like space, as if they're getting like signals from like an alien civilization, 10 billion light years away. Like it's craziness. Complete craziness. Timothy said, and if they have money leftovers on their books on release, the jail cuts them a check. These cents add up over the years. And the funny part is that I've learned a lot of these women that end up quote unquote being with these dudes that are in jail and prison, once these dudes get out, because this is what I already knew this, but a woman said this on a podcast. This is why I love it when women just sit up there and talk. It puts everything. It's the chef's kiss, right? She was basically stating that dudes in prison and jail have no other choice other than to see you as their only one, to see you as the most beautiful and all of this other type of stuff, because they're in a cell 24 hours and they're just solely talking to this woman. So of course they're going to have emotions. They're going to, get attached and all this other type of stuff. Once those dudes get out of jail and they realize that who they were talking to was more than likely a 4, even with makeup on, and they start to see all of these other women out here, it's deuces. They're out of there. That's the other thing that these women don't be stating, that they will be deemed or seen as the most beautiful, but as soon as these dudes get let out, the challenge is on, because now you gotta, compete with other women out here, because now this dude can actually see what the world looks like, because he was only looking at the world through a narrow lens that was pointing in your direction. He couldn't basically gaze or see any other type of woman, but now he's out here in the free world, and it's like a buffet. Like I said, people don't be telling the truth about some of this stuff. Like I said, a lot of these women out here be lonely and desperate, and they be sitting up there going for dudes in jail and prison. And again, it's also a power play as well. It is also a power play as well, because they know that they got all the power. They can do any and everything that they want. But they got one dude that is solely basically attracted and looking directly at them, because the dudes in jail, they don't care if that woman is out there, messing around with like other dudes and all that other type of stuff and yada, yada, yada. It's like, you coming back here and you talking to me at the end of the day. So it's like, it's whatever. Right? Like I said, it's crazy out here. It is crazy. Let me see. Mr. Brent said, I'm seeing all of these bullies teasing this woman in North Carolina, and she was sitting in the rain, and those bullies were picking on her. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. I ain't never seen that one. Tibby said, well, if they want a scammer, they can date a politician. That's facts. That's facts. But the woman at the bottom, Cash, I'm pretty sure she cannot hold down a politician. I'm pretty sure she would have to change her mouth. She would have to change her look, the way that she walks, the people that she is attached to, all of that. And I'm pretty sure she's not going to do that. So more than likely, she's not going to get a politician. I can safely tell you that. Safely tell you that. Well, I'll put it to you like this. She would not change for a black politician. Now, if it's a white guy, oh yeah, she's changing everything. She's changing the hair. She's changing the makeup. She's changing her clothes. She ain't gonna be associated with a lot of. It's gonna be a full 180. That's exactly what it's gonna be. It's gonna have to come down to those colors of the politician. That's what it's gonna be. Yo, Hack, what is up? What is up? What is up? Tippy said it's a general curse being passed down and it needs to stop. Yep. Pink says sometimes those dudes in jail would drop the ladies for other dudes. Yeah, that's true too. That is true too. That is facts. That is bars. That guy from Texas says certain women will be loyal to a dude in prison, but will cheat on a man who works a 13-hour shift. Yeah, somebody got to make that make sense. And the crazy part is, I just showed y'all videos before where a woman was like, well, you're never here. I'm always here, by myself. And the dude was like, yo, I work like 80, like 70 to whatever hours. Like, yeah, you're going to be here because somebody got to be able to pay these bills. For the life of me, it does the logic out here is so toxic. It is ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. Dudes who sit up there and work to facilitate a lifestyle so that a woman doesn't have to work, he gets cheated on countless times. The woman will step out and have a child directly on him. But a dude that is literally locked up for about 20 years, a woman will completely stay faithful and celibate for him. I don't understand it. I do not understand it. It is so backwards. It is so backwards. It's crazy. It is crazy. Mr. Durant said I was coming back from Maryland. Okay, I thought you was talking about a story. That's something that you actually saw. That's crazy. That is crazy. This is why, I wish there was more housing for people, directly, out here. That guy from Texas said love after lockup. Yeah. Like, yo, when I saw and women, I've literally seen women sit up there and say before, I would never pay to get anything from a guy, but yet the women are paying for guys. And I'm like, dog, stop fabricating. Stop capping directly out here. Like, stop lying and saying that you're not going to be like dudes and, in a sense, pay for like a prostitute or whatever. You do. That's what you're doing when you sit up there paying for these dudes in jail and you go to conjugal visits. Yeah, you paying for dick. That's what it is. Call a spade a spade. Like I said, I'm an equal opportunist. I believe in equality. If dudes will sit up there and pay for prostitutes, so will women. It's the only difference is women are embarrassed and women don't want to sit up there and admit that they're actually doing it. That's the thing that's crazy to me. That is completely nonsensical. You want to sit up there and get on guys for doing it, but you're sitting up here doing it when you're with a dude in lockup, putting stuff on his books. Crazy. That was really crazy. Gail said, I'll be damned. Timothy said, waiting for someone in jail is pointless now. Jail boost up your points when you get out. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Oh, yeah. King Black said they call it gigolos. Yeah. I'm a gigolo, got lots of hoes. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't think of the name. But as soon as you said that, I thought about R. Kelly and I can't think of the brother's name. Wild and Out. I can't even think of his name. It's gonna kill me now. But I'm gonna move past that one now. All right. So one of the other ones that we also got. Do I got her picture directly? Oh, I don't got it up here. Let me put that shit up here. Let me showcase the full-fledged nonsense. That, or do I got to download it? I think I might. Yeah, I think I got to download it. So there was a very educated woman, right? that was on Twitter at a moment in time. She had a government job and everything. Technically, this is slightly unfinished, but it is finished. At the same time, it's in parts, sort of. So I'm gonna go through the parts with you. I'm just gonna download this real quick. So a woman by the name of, and I knew about this for a little bit. I was just waiting to see how it was gonna keep going. A woman by the name of Amber G. Right, right, great name, right? She decided that she wanted to get online and she wanted to start saying some stuff, right? So we're gonna go how this conversation, first started, right? So where was let me see. Yeah, because there was a post that had took place before, and it was, in a sense, this was the response, right? This woman named Steph, she said, sports helps young black and all races boys build confidence, discipline, brotherhood, as well as learn teamwork, responsibility, and respecting authority. Skills that positively translates in all areas of male life. That guy actually dodged the bullet. Hope he's doing well, right? So Steph, being a logical woman, understood that Amber G was stating something completely stupid, right? And this is what Amber G stated if you look to the middle of the screen, right? She said, I rejected a guy because his career goal was to get black boys into sports, as if we need more grown ass men with hoop dreams. So I'm the wrong person to join in with that current TL convo, with the laughing emoji. She then followed up by stating, and I don't debate unless you have $700. I'm too pretty to argue with y'all for free. Cash App, right? Next, she stated, muted, stay mad. You and your children will never be athletes. Ever. Go be with your family unless they don't like you. I understand why. Smiling. I'm off to eat pie and enjoy my faves, right? So then obviously there was a guy that she obviously had an argument with. And this is what she stated all the way to the right side. This is what appears to be a black woman, right? She was like, I hope you get shot by the cops today. You won't be missed. Notice how that escalated. Notice how that escalated. This is a woman, Amber G. Lee, right? Epidemiologist, too, at Maryland Department of Health, right? Maryland Department of Health, the George Washington University, Baltimore, Maryland, United States. So you got a government job and you got on Twitter knowing that all of your information is directly out here, your whole face, everything. You got online and you decided to tell a black man, I hope you get shot by the cops today. You won't be missed, because of an argument or a disagreement that y'all had on Twitter. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a thousand. Now see, Tippy. Now I'm going to tell you from a male perspective. A woman can be pretty to an extent. The thing that breaks the veil of a woman being pretty or beautiful is her mouth. This woman, over an argument, over a disagreement, wished that a black man would get shot by the cops and told everybody that he won't be missed. There is no pretty, there is no beautiful there. It is nothing but ugliness directly there, because you have to be an ugly individual internally in order to basically wish death on somebody, because she clearly said, I hope. She is saying that with every fiber in her being as she typed it. Like, that's crazy. Like, I got people out here that I dislike, but I'm not going to sit up there and state that I hope such and such and such basically happens to them. Like I said, I'm not that far gone. I'm not even there. like I said, I still go within logic and I still go within reason because I understand how energy and everything like that, like that carries. And the interesting part is when you look to the corner of the screen, where Steph basically wrote her rebuttal back to Amber G, it says that the post, this post is from an account that no longer exists. That is because Amber G decided to start going through social media, realizing her error, her major error, because she got a government job with all of her information up there. She realized this and she was like, oh, let me delete my footprints off of social media. And I keep trying to tell people that the internet is forever. You think that you might have erased something when realistically you didn't erase anything because people will always have pictures. And these are the pictures that you are able to see. So shout out to Amber G and shout out to her government job, still at more than likely the Maryland Department of Health. Because you obviously have an employee that is wishing death on people. And again, you work for the health department. You're supposed to work for the health, the betterment of people, not to sit up there and bring them closer to the morgue. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on out here. I do not know what is going on directly out here. Like, that is crazy. That is 100% crazy. And like I said, she going to be looking just like that psychologist, that young girl that was sitting up there talking about black men and whatnot. And the greater majority of her clientele were black men. Like I said, hey, yo, I am all for equality. If all of this time people wanted to sit up there and be going after black men saying stuff online about black women, fine, no problem. Had that same exact energy when black women are sitting up there doing this and they hold high ranking positions and jobs and they're making all of the. Make sure you sit up there and have that same energy. Like I said, if not, don't do it at all. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I'm an equal opportunist directly out here. If people sit up there and say some nonsensical, stupid ass shit, then hey, if you're working this job and it's for the government, you're pretty much on the chopping block. Pretty much. Pretty much. Wait, Hack said, Dono sent me one film. Hey, much love and appreciation. Hack. I don't have notifications set up during the. I gotta set that up, but I don't have notifications that basically ring that up on the what's the name. I might have to set that up. Might have to do that. But again, much love, respect, and appreciation. Hack, much love and appreciation, brother. That guy from Texas up there rolling. Like I said, somebody. Like I said, it's nice to label somebody as pretty, but we also got to come to the realization that you got some women out here that look like Reggie Miller. We just got to be real with what it is that we are dealing with at this moment in time, and that is clear cut what it is that we are dealing with. So she, got herself offline. Gail said maybe it's just me, but I don't see nothing special. I'm right there with Gail. Like I said, I'm not, like I said, if at any moment in time, like let her be brown, like make if I have Photoshop and we were to sit up there and like make her like brown skin or whatnot or whatever, people, people's views basically change. Because again, when it deals with people who are lighter, we tend to be nicer. We tend to say, things a little bit differently. When people tend to be darker, tend to be brown, a lot of those nice compliments don't happen to be rolling around. Like I said, we've seen it in families all the time where, people will label somebody as the black sheep or different things. And it's not because they're actually a bad person, but it's just due to the fact of how dark they are. Like I said, stuff like that happens in black families, in the black community. Ultra said her inside is rotten up. That's bars. Straight bars. Ms. Durant said that is the devil toys. Ultra said she's basically cursing herself too. Yeah, but people don't really see or understand it up until they can actually really see and understand it. Timmy said that it's dumb for her to say. Yes, it is. I'm trying to read the other part of the comment. Timothy said this says a lot about black folks and the police. Yeah, that's true. That is 100% true. So now we are going to go. Let me make sure to have the. I'll actually got to keep the pneumonia thing up there. I also want to let people know that I was actually out of all the videos I posted, IG was like, hey, we're going to sit up there and in a sense ban you from sending like any type. That's why I told y'all before, like I just tend to like post on IG versus doing like a lot of other stuff, because it's either you got people that are following you just waiting for you to post certain things or whatever, right? And IG was like, all right. So the one clip that I showed you, I made sure, because I didn't want to have no other problems, because the one I showed y'all earlier, let me go back to it. This one I showed y'all earlier. I had it up there on IG, and as soon as it was up there, for about like probably like less than about 15 to 20 minutes, somebody hurried up and just like reported. I'm like, ain't that about a bitch? I'm like, all the stuff that I done posted up there, because I done had some other stuff, basically, I had it taken down, but it was never to the extent where IG was like, yo, we're going to stop you from basically posting and sending, messages to people. Like I've had them take down videos, but I've never had them basically stop me from wanting to, potentially send messages to people. I'm like, oh, this is new. This is new directly out here. So that's why, I set up there and blocked out the major part of that, right? But I didn't have to do that for the rest of the videos. It was just that part. And I'm like, that for me, I'm like, that didn't make any sense. Like I can go on IG. I might need to start taking like snapshots of this, but there's a multitude of women online right now that they got OnlyFans. Okay. So hold on. Let me just clear this, so we all know what it is I'm talking about. Okay. So this is basically reaching to the OnlyFans area. So what women are doing now, because people have started catching on to what it is, and these platforms are starting to catch on to what women are doing. So they can't really have like the LinkedIn links to basically, have people click onto the OnlyFans. So these are women that are on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch, normally where young men and kids typically are. So if somebody is playing video games or whatnot or whatever, people are going to look around their page. They're going to start to click on links, right? So a lot of these women, they got OnlyFans. So they started, in a sense, slowly but surely cracking down on this. So what they started doing now is they're like, okay, we're not going to give you the link to the OnlyFans. I'm going to send you a link on my page directly to the IG. When they send you off platform, that IG profile then has the link to the OnlyFans and to everything directly else. And when you look at some of these women on IG, you will see that they have some photos up there where you can clearly make out what it is that is underneath their clothes, right? So again, like I said before, there's a lot of stuff directly out here that should not be out here in the view of children. Like I said, none of their pages are privated. They're not blocked off or anything like that. Anybody who clicks on a link can go directly to that page and see a lot of those photos. But again, I'm just a messenger. I'm just trying to put that stuff directly out there because I find it weird that IG wants to, they wanted to basically ban me and stop me from, posting and wanting to, potentially like write people back for about 3+ days, but yet you allow half naked women directly on IG. I've even seen some IG profiles where a woman was literally half naked. The only thing that you weren't really able to see, you couldn't really see the areolas and the nipples, but yet you could still see the shape of, the vagina. But, like I said, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Due to the fact that I'm a guy, you're going to get penalized for stuff. It is what it is. Double standards all the way around, right? So now I'm going to try to roll over to where, let me see. So you sent something. Ooh, I still got 7 hours left. It said you cannot send a message for 7 hours. Something you sent in chat went against our community guidelines. What? bro, I barely even sit up there and what? Yo, get the fuck out of here. This is oh my god. This is why I want to know. I wish they would let you know who reports your stuff. Like I said, when they take away that veil of anonymity from social media and you can clearly see the profiles or whatever that basically report your video, I would love for that to happen. If they're about to usher in a society of which your name is going to be attached to social media, let people on social media know who's reporting their videos. I want a full ass list. I want a full ass list of who those people are. Because like I said before, like, yo, if you don't like my content, if you don't like the stuff that I'm posting out there, it is what it is. Go fuck yourself. At the end of the day, if I'm showcasing something, I'm showcasing the shit because it's a problem. If I'm showcasing a video out here that is literally telling you that you got women out here teaching children or trying to indoctrinate them in debaucherous type of behavior, that is what the fuck it is. Go to fuck somewhere else. Just because you don't care about kids don't mean that everybody else should be in the exact same boat that you're in. You're just a fucked up individual. Or you're just the type of individual that want to take shit personal. Like I said, that shit is crazy to me. And I know some of the women that are up there on the IG because I done seen them write some posts. But like I said, I'll let y'all live. I'll let y'all be up there. Y'all don't got shit else to motherfucking do in your lives. But sit up there and complain and try to blame men about shit. So you good. You can go right ahead. Go right ahead. If you want to sit up there and see me as a motherfucking problem, like you said in the comments section, so be it. For me, that just means that that's just one less problem that another black man has to deal with. I'm completely fine with taking that shit on. But you're reporting these videos, you can go fuck yourself. That's the main message. Directly right there. So let's go to the clip. Oh, I know this clip. Yeah. Let me get this up there. Pink be coming to the rescue, be having the clips. I'll be like, yo, there was something else that I wanted to sit up there and talk about, and I just can't remember it. And then Pink just rose up. So let me see something. Hold on. Cause I'm trying to get this. In large screen. Let me go back to it. Give me a second. It was this one. Yeah. This right here, this is crazy. This is crazy. All of these movements, all of these actions, this is black. Yo, this is 1000. This is all Asian. Well, except for the one biracial girl in the back, the third girl right there. That's crazy. So hold on. So out of this whole crew, is she Asian? She look real biracial. She looking real biracial because out of that, all of them girls are pretty much Asian. And you can see that they're Asian. That's crazy. That is the whole room Asian too? Maybe she might be Blasian. Because that whole room is pretty much, I don't see another type of face other than her. She's the only one that is not looking Asian. But yeah, this is crazy. This is 1000% crazy. Like I said, everybody wants the rhythm and not the blues. It is what it is. This is exactly what it looks like directly out here, where you got people taking in other people's culture. But I want to remind y'all, it wasn't that long ago that the whole world, including the Asian community, was sitting up there making black people the poster child of Asian hate. And I was sitting up there doing fields of videos, putting the information directly out there, trying to sit up there and show the whole other side of stuff, right? And even still, you still had what? You still had Asian people doing hip hop. You still had Asian people sitting up there rapping, still sitting up there dancing, still taking on the different things of black culture. But yet we're the villains. We're the ones causing the most harm for, towards the Asian community. We're the ones sitting up there pushing Asian hate and all of this other type of, like I said, nonsense. Complete nonsense. Complete nonsense. And let me hit up this other video. Where the other video at? This one right here. This dude is a straight clown. Straight clown. Straight clown. I'm gonna repeat myself. Straight clown. You went in to basically try to kiss your wife, fiance, girlfriend, and she looked scared for her life. She was like, "Oh my God, it's a black man." Anybody? Does anybody see it? Look, do you not see how scared she looks? She's like, "Oh my God, it's a black man." she had to bring herself out of her racism to realize that she made the decision at one point in time to be in a relationship or to be married to a black man, and she still can't sit up there and shake that racism. It's like it is still there. It is still prevalent. I'm like, yo, you're a fool. You are completely in, like Willie D said. He was like, yo, any dude who sits on a bed like this deserves everything they get. And I'll take it to a further extent. Whatever happens in this relationship, that man deserves it. He full-fledged deserves it. I, as a part of the black male delegation, I do not cape for this man. I do not represent this man. He does not represent me. I am nowhere in the exact same arena as this man. Like I said, people make choices and they got to live with those choices. For you to be a black man sitting up there and you're completely fine with the reaction of this woman, and she's sitting up there wiping off her, she's wiping off her face in like it's ridiculous. Like I said, that woman was shell shocked. Shell shocked. Shell shocked. Um, what's the dude's name from the Patriots? I forgot his name. He was the main quarterback from the Patriots? Because that woman is looking just like him for a brief second. You sit up there and like give her a beard real quick, give her a short hair. She looks like the main lead guy from the Patriots. I'm just saying. Wait, Outlaw said your video is kind of chopped. It's YouTube doing it. Like I said before, whenever I happen to do certain topics and I start talking about certain things, YouTube would be like, okay, we're gonna start, messing with dangling with, the connection. It's not me doing it because I'm right, literally. The computer is about a foot, almost 2 feet away from the router. It ain't me. I can 100% tell you that. It is not me. Got to turn off my beans real quick. But yeah, it is not me. Let me tell you. It is not me. Now the Wi-Fi what's name is completely gone, which is quite magical to me. Tibby said, have black people do a Soul Train line of Asian songs wearing kimonos or whatever? Yeah, people be raging online about that. People be raging. Hack said her. Oh my God. An N-word. 911. Help me. Him. WTF. Let me see. Hopefully I pronounced this right. Asar L. I might have mispronounced that. My apologies. Said tether. It's giving him tether vibes. That guy from Texas said, I saw that video. Everyone wants to be us. Facts. Tibby said Brock Purdy. Wait, Brock Purdy. I don't know who that is. King Black said, stop playing. You saying she looked like... Yeah. She do look like Tom Brady. She looks... Thank you, brother. I was trying to sit up there and remember who the quarterback was. You came right in clutch. She does look like Tom Brady. Dead serious. If you look at her... Where's a picture of Tom Brady at real quick? Let me see. like I said, I cannot be the only one that sees this. I refuse. I refuse to be the only one. I gotta get one without the. Yeah, she's there. Let me just put that up there. let me just put that up there real quick. Let me just get that. Hold on. Let me get that photo. That woman is like a Tom Brady. Let me just do the back and forth. Yeah, right there. Yeah, Tom Brady. Then you got her. She's looking like Tom Brady. Tell me you don't see that. Tell me you don't. Tell me you don't see that. It's there. I cannot be the only one that sees this woman looking like Tom Brady. I can't be the only one. This is insane. Tippy said, "No way. I don't know football. My bad." Old school said, "You got blacks like Roland Martin saying that anti-Asian hate bill includes black folks as well." What? Man, I ain't trying to hear none of that. If it's not specifically designating and dictating that black found whatever however it is that people want to sit up there and whatever use people words the words that people want to use, if it's not specifically saying black if it ain't saying that, it ain't about black people. If it's specifically stating that we gotta, like, what did Biden say, we got an Asian anti-hate crime bill, he stated that. He said it was Asian. He didn't say it was a hate crime bill representing everybody, trying to encompass everybody. No. You know, like I said, it's crazy. That guy from Texas said there's a rapper in BTS. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yep. That guy from Texas said she called him a ninja in her head. Look at his. Oh, it's cold blooded. Let's call it. See Tom Brady, and then let's see if we can get back to the picture. I gotta get back. Yeah, it's there. It's there. I know y'all refuse to sit up there and see it, but I know what I'm talking about. She is looking like Tom Brady. I'm not making this up. It is. I'm just gonna keep that up there. She's looking like him. Devil Sage, what is up? What is up? What is up? Also, what is up, Billy? What is up? What is up? Devil Sage says she looks like she's about to yell, "That's my purse. I don't know you." Oh yeah, she gonna hit him with that King of the Hill, with that Bobby. That's my purse. Did he just say that? Oh yeah, hitting him with the what was it? What was it? Booker T? Timothy said, "Would this be considered reverse passport, bro?" I guess. This would be a passport failure. That's what it would be. Billy said she do look like him. See, I know I wasn't the only one. Timothy said, laughing, reverse passport. You might be right. Yeah. Tom Brady is there. Tom Brady's there. It's always in the smile. It's in the lips, guys. It's in the lips. It's right there with the smile. Yep. See, look at that. Look at that smile. Showing off those pearly whites. Oh, yeah. Come on. You gonna say he should look like the lead singer of Nirvana? Come on, man. Don't disrespect Nirvana like that. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. That's cold blooded. That is cold blooded. Tibby said, "Well, I guess he looks happy in the winter wonderland." Oh man, that was another song too. Don't y'all messing up songs out here. Y'all cold blooded. Gail said, "Y'all wild." All I'm saying, Revitaligo. Oh shit. Wait, you also said, "I know I butchered the spelling." No, I knew what you was talking about. I knew exactly. As soon as you wrote it, I knew exactly what you was talking about. Billy said, "He's demasculinized." Yeah, that is bars. I'm slightly tripping over words right now. Gail said, somebody in those comments said Jim Carrey. Yo, don't be doing Jim like that. Don't do Jim like that. I love Jim Carrey. That's a guy. He is also outspoken about a lot of things out there in Hollywood as well. He does it in a joking fashion. And this is again why you don't see him directly out there and why he's no longer associated with the woman that he was with as well. But like I said, Jim Carrey, he be speaking out about some stuff. He be trying to let people know. Don't do Jim like that. Come on, guys. Let's not do Mr. Carey like that. Let's not do that. Wait. You said Billy said he looked like a young nanny agent. Wait, who is that? I gotta type that in real quick. Hold on. Let me type that in. Now y'all got me looking up people. Let me go back to the you said let me see how you spell that. Danny. Okay. Oops, I spelled that wrong. Whoa, where am I typing at? Ooh, that's tough. That is, that's tough. Talking about a dude that used to play for the Blue Jays. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. It might be her dad, maybe. I don't know. Damn, that's crazy. That is insane. That is insane. Let me tell you, that is insane. Let me see what else we got up here. Let me scroll through. Willie D's, what's the name, real quick? Oh, that's something. Hold on. Let me get this real quick. Let me hit y'all with this one real quick. I first saw these comments, right? And this is another thing that I hate so much. So I'm not sure if y'all saw this video, and I love Shannon Sharp. Like he says, like a lot of stuff and everything like that, right? Shannon Sharp basically said that he'll always put his dogs before the woman that he is, involved with, right? He stated that they live here, you're just visiting, right? And I'm taking that as in a sense that he's not talking about like a wife. If it's a girlfriend, it's like technically he's right. You're just visiting because there's no telling what the future is going to hold because a lot of women will tend to sit up there and, leave and all this other type of stuff. But I'm going to let y'all hear the audio real quick. And then we're going to move into the comments.
The dog, they're going to get on the bed. They're going to get on the couch. They're going to sleep in the bed. The two little ones, they're going to sleep in the bed. I'm going to feed them table food. If you got a problem with the dogs, let me know now. We can't do anything. I don't care how fine you are. I don't care how much money you make. Dogs ain't going nowhere. They live here. You visiting.
Damn,
and you probably won't come back.
Damn, you like that? So them dogs come before any woman that tries to enter your kingdom.
Boy,
You tough, boy. But
I ain't
I'm
tough.
just saying that but you.
When I date women, say, look.
Right? Willie D said, for the right woman, I would kick both of those mutts out on their heads at the same time in a heartbeat. Right? So let me just let y'all know. Right? So you can look at some of these comments here where you got people saying he's 100% gay. Right? You got a lot of comments. Right? Another person said y'all still worrying about what this DL brother is talking about. Right? Another person said, and his gay stylist. Right? It's a lot of people down here trying to basically insinuate because Mr. Sharp loves his dogs that automatically that deems and makes him gay. Now, the main thing that I wanted to bring this up for is because only when it deals with the black community, more specifically, only when it deals with black men, are people so judgmental and so ready to hop on the bandwagon of trying to automatically call a man gay. And I'm like, that's crazy to me. I'm like, because let this have been like a dude of a whole nother race, women wouldn't be out here trying to say that he's gay. They'd be like, oh, that's so sweet. He loves animals. I love animals too. I wonder if that dude is single. I wonder if he's looking for maybe I can change his mind and maybe I can be that. It would be all of those types of comments. But when it deals with a black man that is basically stating something automatically without any type of valid proof, any type of facts, any type of concrete evidence, will you see people automatically jump to the conclusion that he's automatically gay? And I'm like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me because, in a sense, that would be like me saying that if a black woman has a gay parent, has gay family members, has gay friends, has like a stylist who is gay, supports the LGBT, automatically she's gay. When that can be very far from the truth. She could just very much love and consider all of those people as family and as friends, and she just supports them, right? But again, if you switch it and you put everything that I stated and you associate that with a black man, automatically people are going to come to the assumption that the guy is black, that the black guy is gay. Like I said, it's something within the black community where this is readily accessible and is deemed as okay to do this type of behavior. And I want to note that a lot of the times, whenever you happen to see women in comment sections trying to state that a celebrity or whatnot is gay, notice that they're using that as a negative towards a straight man. But these are the same women who will sit up there and say, like, oh, you know, I'm for progressiveness. I'm for the LGBT. I have gay family members. One of my parents is gay. I support gay people. Right? Do all of this support and do all of this love, but then turn around and use gay as a negative when it deals with a straight black man, or when it deals with a black man that you have no proof that he's gay. Right? Like I said, it's crazy to me, and I only see this in the black community. I only see this happen in the black community. It's crazy. It is complete madness. Complete madness. Oh, I still got the Tom Brady picture up there. Let me. Can I put that back on the session? So I put that back up there. Like, this is crazy. That is crazy. Billy said it lets you know he is only dealing with snow bunnies. That could be very much correct. Like I said, I don't know his personal life. I don't know his whole 100% dating history. Dude got a lot of money. He could be out there seeing a multitude of women. But, you know, like I said, it is what it is. Mr. Muhammad says, Seji, it is so sick that some of these self-hating black women do not give the same energy for the WS, or the white supremacist. Her working for the white supremacist government. Well, you know, it is what it is. As I've stated before, when it deals with the black community, when it deals with the whole conversation that people have had before about quote unquote submission or listening or leadership, and you happen to bring up those words, you look at a lot of podcasts, you listen to a lot of conversations, you'll hear women saying, I'm not submitting to no man and all this other type of shit. But then when you sit up there and, like I said, when people say stuff, it sounds good. It sounds great, right? But when you start to break it down, you really understand how idiotic it is. You can't say that if you got a boyfriend or fiance or a husband, you're not going to submit or you're not going to allow him to lead, but yet you're working for a white man and he's telling you how to dress. He's telling you the length of your nails. He's telling you no eyelashes. He's telling you light makeup. He's telling you no colored hair. He's telling you how loose your clothes have to sit up there and be, the colors that you can sit up there and wear, the types of socks, the types of shoes, how on time. You're not going to sit up there and tell me that you're not going to listen to your husband or your fiance or your boyfriend of a long time, but you're going to turn around and listen to a white man, but you're only going to listen to him because he's providing you with a little bit of money. That's why he can tell you specifically what to do. That's nonsensical. He's not providing you any type of protection, no type of safety. He's not really providing you a home in a sense, because if you're not working, guess what? He's not providing that for you with a paycheck. They got his name on it coming from his bank account at the end of the day. Like I said, like that's why I said like a lot of the arguments and stuff, it's completely nonsensical and stupid. Like it makes sense to people who don't want to think about the shit, but when you start breaking the shit down, it don't make sense. You're going to listen to a whole complete stranger over man versus listening to your husband, fiance, or your longtime boyfriend. How in the hell does that make sense? You'll submit to one, but you won't sit up there and submit to the other. You'll sit up there and follow the leadership of one, but won't follow the leadership of the other. You'll question the leadership of your husband, your longtime boyfriend, or your fiance, but you won't question the leadership of that white man who's cutting you that check. Even though he just sat up there and laid off 500 employees, you're not going to sit up there and question nothing because it ain't affecting you. But yet it's still affecting you because it's within the job of which that you're working. It's crazy. That's crazy. Tippy said, dogs don't make him gay. He probably do cause he been with white women. LOL, not my words, just saying. Tippy said, that's just what I heard. A black man gets with a white girl, then he... But see, this is the problem, Tippy. Obviously, I must have said some triggering words because now this is when YouTube is like, okay, we're going to start messing with the Wi-Fi. We're going to start, messing with the connections, right? And this is why I told y'all before, like certain words, they will trigger, certain things. So don't be too surprised, if there's a little bit of cutting out and different things like that. But this is what I will sit up and say. The funniest thing is, it's funny how black dudes get a bad rap for being with women of other races, but yet when I sit up there and go online and I see a lot of these dudes that black women be going for, I see a lot of questionable things. I see a lot of the dudes that they're interested in that are not black. They're wearing heels, they're wearing dresses, they're wearing stockings, they're wearing bras, they're wearing bathing suits, they got their hair up just like women. They're in very compromising positions with certain types of toys and or objects laying, resting, or inside of them. It, like I said, it's funny how black dudes get this type of rap, but yet when it's other guys where there's actually evidence that these dudes are doing these things, you don't hear black people saying nothing. And I'm like, how that work? I'm like, I can see as much as everybody else can see online, but I'm like, only black dudes get a bad rap. Nobody else in the existence of mankind gets a bad rap other than black men. And I'm like, for me, it's just like, it's crazy. Like I said, I don't. If people want to go out here, let me just reiterate. If people want to go out here and date who it is that they want to sit up there and date, I have no problem. That's cool. Do what it is that you want to do. You're a grown individual at the end of the day. As long as you're not sitting up there trying to walk down and talk down about your people while lifting up somebody else. As long as you ain't doing that, you staying away from that area, we're completely cool and fine. I mind my business just like you go and mind your business. Right? That's why I draw a line. That's it. That's it. That guy from Texas said that's defamation of character. It is, but it's hard to basically sue the internet, right? Because these are random people basically, stating that. Tippy said, but the white man tells black man to do the same thing. Both get checks from no. But see, this is the difference though. A black man doesn't have a problem compromising. Right? Submission and compromise and both the same thing. A black man doesn't have a problem in doing that. We can sit up there and listen to a black woman and be like, she'll sit up there and say, even though we know that we can be right in an argument or in our decision, she'll sit up there and say that we're wrong. It's like, all right, whatever. I'm wrong. It's cool. And then, even though we basically admitted defeat when we're not even defeated, turn around and the woman realizes that she made the wrong decision, and guess who's to blame? The black man. She'll be like, yo, why did you sit up there and make me just sit up there and let me look stupid and make this wrong decision when you knew it was wrong? Like I said, there's no accountability. The only person that is going to be wrong that has to take the L at the end of the day is the black man. So it don't matter if the black man is doing the right thing or the wrong right thing, he is still wrong at the end of the day. So again, when it deals with a corporation or a job, we don't have a problem compromising because we understand that we have to do certain things in order to get certain things. The problem is that when it deals with a lot of black women directly out here, a lot of black women will submit or compromise when it comes to a white man that is owning a corporation that is basically facilitating them certain types of funds for their job, but yet a guy that is at home that is defending the house, defending her, that is doing all of the right things, that is providing a house, that is providing her protection, she will not compromise or submit to that. That's the problem. That is the problem. Like that's for me, that's nonsensical. It does not make any type of sense at all. Again, like I said before, the job is not going to sit up there and provide for you if you're not working, right? But that man that you got at home is going to provide for you irregardless. Like I said, there's a complete, like I said, there's some missing things here that people are not paying attention to. The white man is going to provide for you if you're providing work. If you're not providing work, as a black woman, you're on your ass. You are not getting a check directly for them. That black man is going to provide for you irregardless. You're still going to have a house or whatever to rest your head in. You're still going to have a safe place to sit up there and eat. You're still going to be provided with some type of protection. You're still going to be clothed. You're still going to be out there, taking vacations, or you're still going to have a car, gas in your car, all that other type of stuff. The other one ain't going to do that. Like I said, that's the problem. That's one of the main things that black men have been sitting up there talking about for the longest time possible, and bringing up how that does not make any type of sense. And going back to what Tippy said, even if you put a white woman in the same predicament where she was basically the boss and a black dude is compromising in order to get the money that he needs, at the end of the day, he's still going to be going home and listening to what it is that his wife, fiance, or his longtime girlfriend is basically telling him. He can still sit up there and follow and listen to what it is that she is dictating, right? And within that same vein, the black woman should be able to do the exact same thing that the man is sitting up there doing. But like I said, when it comes to these things, only one side wants to, in a sense, listen. Like I said, this is why we got problems. This is where we, start having a lot of problems. A lot of problems. Tippy said, I saw a black feminine man with a masculine white woman. They said it's better that way for. Oh, wait, didn't I do that video? I think I might have showed them off in a lot. That was like years ago, though. That was probably like 2 to 3 years ago. I think I did show them off. I know who you're talking about. I know you're talking about the white girl. She is more like tomboy, and the dude who is thin, he dresses like more like as like a girl. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about. Like I said, that one just like that threw me for a loop. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I'm like, hey, I mean, if it worked for y'all, it works. It works. Timmy said, because he's supposed to be the leader, the head of the house. Timothy said, never mess with a man and his dog. Yeah. They do sit up there and say that a dog is man's best friend. And as he stated, the dog is not going to be fair weather. If that man, if Shannon Sharp becomes broke, those dogs are going to love him forever. They're still going to be there because they're going to look at him as like, yo, you took care of us, all this stuff. A woman, yeah, good luck. Let you become, let Shannon Sharp, and this is not me wishing that on him, I'm just saying, for example, if at any point in time Shannon Sharp lost any of his money, right? He lost the fame, he lost the glory, he lost the recognition, he lost that last name. He was basically a nobody. Who is still going to love him out here? Those dogs. Just like he said, and a lot of people who are pet owners, they know this to be true. You got, in a lot of instances, the dog or the pet that you have will be more of a family than your actual family. Like, they'll love you literally no matter what. They will literally love you no matter what. But when it comes to family, when it comes to the public and everybody else, no, you'll be forgotten. People will not bring you up. People will not look in your direction. People will not sit up there and help you up. But that pet will always be there for you. And in certain extents, sometimes those pets might even try to bring you back food, even though you ain't eating from a garbage can, you're not eating leftovers. They'll still be like, yo, you took care of me, and it seems like you're unhappy right now. Let me go try to do something that always make me happy. Let me bring you back a bone. Let me bring you back this old apple or something like that. Like I said, pets will actually do that. Like, they're actually pretty selfless. Human beings, not so much. Human beings are actually selfish. So like I said, I don't really fault him in what it is that he is, in a sense, stating. because humans realistically ain't shit. And I'm just going to be real. When you look at humanity as a whole, humanity really ain't shit. When you look at animals, you got a lot of instances where animals have helped out other animals, look after other animals, even of different species. Humans really can't even get that together. We're doing like nuclear war, we're doing germ warfare, we're doing bio warfare, we're doing all of this stuff, trying to put fear and all this other type of stuff into people. Animals ain't doing that. They can actually work together and cohesively and do what it is that they're supposed to be doing. Humans, nah. Like I said, it's free will. You know, this is what it gets you. Timmy said, my dog is nicer than me, so you're better off getting on his good side. Timmy said, women are like children, guys, so why listen to us? Be the leaders and lead, LOL. See, but that's the thing, though, Tippy. Even if a guy's in a leadership position, a guy will still bend the ear and listen. That's the thing. Even if a guy is a leader, he still has advisors, right? He still listens to the input of other people. It doesn't mean that he's going to 100% go with that input, but he's still going to take out the time to like listen. He's going to give that much respect. So that's what men in leadership positions do. So when you have guys who are in marriages, who are in these long-term relationships with women, who or has a woman as a fiance, they will take out the time to sit up there and hear out what the woman has to state. They're not going to sit up there and not acknowledge you. They're not going to, like I said, they're going to try to show as much respect as possible, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, and if he decides that, all right, well, maybe what you said might be the best move, he compromised, meaning that he decided that, all right, I'm not going to go with my first decision because I basically assessed and looked at everything. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe what you said was actually better than what I originally thought. You saw something vastly different. So we're going to go with how it is that you saw it. That's how guys compromise. That's how things are supposed to move in a relationship, in a partnership, in a marriage. You have compromising that takes place. Like I said, the moment of time that you have a relationship or anything like that where compromising is not a thing, it's going to lead to ruin. Now, not unless the woman likes a full blown dictatorship, then that's completely different. Then that means that you just want the dude to, take over on everything. So that means how you think, what it is that you eat, how it is that you dress, how it is that you move when you go out. And like I said, if a woman wants a full-fledged dictatorship, then that's cool. There's guys out there that will give you that full-fledged dictatorship. But if you want a guy out there that's going to compromise, that's actually going to respect what it is that you have to say or your input, there are guys out there that can do that. And that doesn't make them any less of a leader. That actually makes them a better leader because they're willing to actually hear, right, the views of other people in order to get a full, well-rounded understanding or make a full-fledged better decision than what they would have initially assessed, just with their own, point of view. Timmy said, you can listen to our advice, but at the end of the day, you have the last word. A group of feminists would jump on this. But see, Timmy, that's different though, because that's that's in a sense what what you want and what you are looking for. So that's vastly different. And at the end of the day, well, when it comes to like white feminists, at the end of the day, no matter how they feel about white men, they're still with white men. At the end of the day, they still support them, they still love them, they still honor them, they still cherish them, all this other type of stuff. It's the fact that the feminism has reached other groups of women and they don't know how to separate, right? When feminism has reached other groups of women, is grown to the effect of basically hating the men of that culture. So when black women basically are taking on feminism, they hate black men. They loathe black men. That's basically what that is. When you go through and you start listening to a lot of the TikToks, you listen to the IGs, you listen to the YouTube videos, you look at the Twitter threads, you look at the Reddits, you take in all this information from all of these black women from all over. That's what it pretty much boils down to. You don't got to take my word for it. Go there with a very strong mind and will, and read through a lot of that stuff. Because as a guy, I can sit up there and tell you, when you read through some of the shit that a lot of these women are saying, it will start to affect you in a certain type of way, right? So you got to go in there with a certain mentality already guarded, so that you can work your way through all of that information that you're going to take in. And also, the best advice for a lot of guys, it makes no sense to leave comments directly in there, because it's not going to add up to nothing. So just show up the exact same way you showed up, invisible. That's the best way to sit up there and do it. Don't get invested directly in there, feeling that you need to respond and all this other type of shit. It is a very useless thing, because the people there are concrete in how it is that they feel, specifically about black men and different things like that. Timmy said, yeah, that's what I meant, but at the end of the day, it's your call. Timmy said, can I get both? I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's a guy out there that does that. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. But that is pretty much it. I didn't realize it was actually 2 hours and 35 minutes. But that is pretty much it. Wait, let me see. Tibby said, I want a dictatorship and the respect. I want him to hear what I got to say. There is a guy out there. If you got women out here that can literally find dudes in jail and prison and be completely fine, there is a guy out here for every woman. There is that guy. I can promise you that. But that is pretty much it for this live stream. Didn't actually realize it was 2 hours and 36 minutes. This is what happens when I decide to not fully look directly at the screen and I'm just going off talking. So there you have it. Hopefully everybody was able to enjoy the live stream and everything of that such. If you would actually feel so kind, you can actually donate directly to the channel by way of the links that are provided directly below. We got both the Cash App, we got the Patreon, we got the PayPal. Also, much love, respect, and appreciation for those who are still a part of the Patreon and who have been here for like the long haul through the hardest parts of this journey at this moment in time. Much love, respect, and appreciation to everything that you do, seen and unseen. And also shout out to your loved ones as well. Hopefully you guys will have a great starting to the rest of your week or your work week or whatnot or whatever. Make sure to like feng shui, get your mind directly in order to prepare for the next day so that you can be a better you than what you were yesterday as well. Tippy said, I want a black version of Roman. Here we go with the Roman Reigns. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. No, Tippy, we're not playing games on stream. I'm about to end the stream so I can go eat some food. You do this every time. You're like, hold on. Eat on stream. Play a game on stream. Play a horror game. You do this every time. Oh Lord. I want the black version of Superman. You just gonna keep listing off stuff. I can already see this right now. You're just gonna keep writing and listing off stuff. But much love, respect, and appreciation to everybody here. Shout out to all of the mods that are directly here. Love you guys a lot. Again, go watch your favorite shows, catch up on some stuff, and like I told y'all before, if y'all got other favorite drop them a line, go drop them a message, let them know that you care and that you love them and whatnot, because you never know how far that message may go for that specific person and what it is that they may be dealing with at this moment in time. So again, much love, respect, and appreciation, and I will see you guys later. Tippy, you type too slow. What are you going to eat? I'm going to eat food, Tippy. Food. I'm going to eat food. That man said, that guy from Texas said, so Tippy, you want Booker T? Gotcha. Love y'all. See you guys later.